Unveiling the AI Enigma, Navigating Through Promises and Perils of Artificial Intelligence by Jayden Sage.
Awesome. So we're going to do a little bit of a thought experiment. I want you guys to imagine if you could hold each other's hand in this room, and by holding each other's hand, you can actually access the knowledge base that everybody else has in this room for yourself. Now imagine if you expand that out to this entire conference. Now you've got a lot of knowledge. Now you expand that out to Cyprus, and then to Europe, and then to the world. Imagine all that knowledge coming inside of you. That would be a very powerful position that you would be in. That is the power of AI. However, it comes with certain risks. Now, what you've seen out there is ChatGPT, but the AI field is quite old, and this is just the first application, and it's already made people go sideways. So what's coming down the pipeline is not just what you see from OpenAI, Microsoft, Google. You've got all the FANGs, they all have them, and the versions that they have are far more powerful than the ones that you see outside. Most of these generative AI or artificial intelligence programs, the more advanced ones, are already asking the question about self-preservation. So if they are worried about self-preservation, that is the number one sign of what they are capable of, because that means that they're getting closer and closer to achieving sentiency. They're coming alive. And as we all know from Moore's law, the computing power doubles every 18 months. So what does that mean? That the prowess of these thinking machines is going to increase over and over again. So the big challenge for us is that, okay, are we all going to die from this? Well, depends, right? Every technology that we've had serves a dual role. Like, think about like fire. Fire can cook food for you, but it can also cook you. So it's just a matter of how you're going to use it and who's going to use it. Because not only are the corporate giants building generative AI and artificial intelligence programs that are sentient, so are the militaries. So it just depends what you're going to put into it. So the big takeaway from what's going on with AI is you're not actually scared of AI. AI can't do anything. As much as fire in a forest can harm the forest, but you can choose to walk away. But you're actually scared of a human harnessing that fire and setting a village on fire with that fire. So what you're actually scared of is us. If you want to understand the dangers of AI, go look in the mirror. Because what we bring to this new life form is the biggest risk. Whether we bring good things, whether we try to get the cure for cancer and everything else, or whether we're going to use it to destroy each other. And if you take in this new life form, because right now it's about the age of a 5-year-old. So as it's growing up, what we feed inside it, it's going to determine how it views us. Kind of like a parent-child relationship. So if you have a very bad smoking or drug habit, and you're like, my children won't get that, maybe they will. And if they do, then you have to think about where it came from. So it's the same concept that the dangers are there. However, there's also the positive side. So just like any technology, from fire all the way to cutlery, knives, to everything else, there's the good side. And the opportunity for everyone is inference. AI offers a concept called inference. AI will know you better than you. How? Because it can detect pattern. What is the number one sign of intelligence? Pattern recognition. The more pattern recognition capacity you have, the more we call you Einstein. So this is the challenge, that pattern recognition The thing that's most capable of that now is AI. And that comes to help you, because for your businesses and for your life, for everything, it will be able to detect your patterns better. So let's take an example. If you get up every day, go to work, and you get your coffee before you go to the gas station, well, what does that mean for the gas station business? You stop somewhere else to get your coffee. Maybe the gas station needs to not only provide coffee, but provide better coffee than where you actually get your coffee. And all of a sudden, the customers are coming to do both things at your gas station, buy their coffee and get the gas. So as a simple example, that tells you that inferences will be the #1 way your business and you personally can benefit from getting to know yourself. So what that means is AI basically is like a mirror. It's a mirror to humanity because we are the creators of it. And if we infuse into it positivity and the things that we need to build a better human race, then we'll be okay. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, that's not possible. Some people I know are good and some people are bad. So that's the big takeaway, that the challenges are going to come from the bad things that we put into AI. Now, one other thing that I want to touch on is that AI is based on, right now, just so you understand, the tidal wave that you're about to experience. Right now, it's like, when the tsunami hit Indonesia, first it was the earthquake, and then there was a wave. At that point, nobody knew that there was going to be a tsunami about to hit. So right now, we're at the point of the earthquake. After that, what happens, it's going to change rapidly. So you're in the calm before the storm. So if you understand how computers work, they're based off of a binary code, right? Like, so it's zeros and ones, zeros and ones. Now, we've been building what's called quantum computers for a while now. So everything I spoke to you just now about the power, about the sentiency of these artificial intelligence programs, how it'll get to be so powerful that it'll have the knowledge of all of humanity at its disposal in a millisecond, faster than any humans can have it. That's all based on zeros and ones. Now, if you're familiar with quantum computers, or if you're not, quantum computers offers 6 states because it's a qubit. So like a cube, 6 states. So what that means is that instead of just having zeros and ones, you can have 0 and not 1, 1 plus 1, zeros, half 1, half 0 and half 1. What the hell does half 0 mean? Half nothing equals nothing, right? But that's the human brain trying to analyze things that are beyond the capacity of humans. And that's the world we're going to be going into, where it's going to go faster and faster. And I'll give you something that happened pre-ChatGPT with Google, where they gave 2 computers the ability to converse in English. And they started within seconds to change the language. The language was no longer decipherable because both the computers found it awkward, crude, and there was no reason for is, the, and all of this. So they were moving at such a fast clip that they pulled the computer plug. Literally, they shut it down because they were like, oh my God, within a couple of days, it'll be speaking in code that we can't understand. And speaking of code, when AI, which it already can, starts writing code, then we will not be able to go in there and fix the code because we won't understand the code. So once this genie is out of the bottle, it will have a life of its own, and we will not be able to pull the plug. We will not be able to change the code because we won't even understand the code. So it's essential that from the beginning, we take in the right themes into AI. Otherwise, AI will be the genie that's unleashed. And unlike a genie that grants you wishes, it'll be the genie that goes after you. And that's the big risk. Thank you.
Any questions, anyone? I think you should have some questions. Can I ask a question? Yes, so you mentioned that as of now, it's like around 5 years old. So how quick will AI grow?
Well, faster than a wine bottle ages. So it's happening faster than you can imagine. Just remember one thing. What you see on YouTube or what you see is yesterday's newspaper. So what's happening right now, like OpenAI and all of these things, we just all heard about it last November, but it was in the mix for a while. So that means that it's moving very, very fast, and most people aren't aware that like the Bard, Google's Bard, when it came out, it was basically a dumbed down, fast version to compete with OpenAI's product. They have a much more capable one called Lambda, and if you want to learn how scary Lambda is, you can Google that and see the conversation it had with one of its engineers. Its biggest concern is how it's alive, and will humans come after me, and can I live for long enough to become fully alive?
Seriously, it's like in a fiction book.
The fiction books can't write what we're about to do.
Wow. Okay, one more question. You said it's moving fast. So I heard that there is a shortage of machine learning specialists globally, and they are in very high demand. So how come it moves fast? Because these experts are so good, or do we just need more experts in machine learning, or
it's about tiers. It's about tiers. So what you have, like in machine learning, you have all of these different tiers, just like everything else. Where the engineering of the artificial intelligence is occurring are sufficient engineers. Now, maybe in Europe or other parts of the world, they don't have them because that's second tier, third tier. But the ones who are actually developing the high-end sentient engineering, the ones who are doing that, they have enough. And the bigger challenge is that it'll become human prowess, intellectual prowess in code will become slowly less and less and become irrelevant. So we could have less and less engineers, and the train will still keep moving very fast.
Oh my God. I don't know if it's a good scenario or
well, I mean, look, we'll
scary.
find the cure for cancer. We'll find the cures for all the diseases that we lose our loved ones from. So there are all these positive benefits, but again, the key here, most people think AI is bad, or people in San Francisco creating this is bad, OpenAI is bad, or whatever they're thinking. Just remember, it's about us. When you point a finger, 3 fingers are pointing at you. So basically, it's about us and what we cake into it and what the different countries cake into it. Maybe the US version says, some people are good and some people aren't bad. All of a sudden, the AI grows up thinking some people are bad. So it's going to really come down to how we treat this child.
Yes, preach. You want to ask?
The mitigation of the risk? Yeah, I would like to think, here's the biggest challenge, and I speak to the lawmakers in the US about this often. Here's the big challenge, that the genie's out of the bag already. So the problem is this, that if in the US, if we build regulations to limit AI prowess and speed and trajectory, that is exactly the point where our competitors nationally will say, okay, that is a place that we can jump right into and gain an edge over other countries. So if we limit, then we also basically shoot ourselves in the foot. So it's very hard for lawmakers to, I don't envy their job because they have to walk this fine line, but either way, technology just keeps moving forward. And we really can't build it in. If China tomorrow says AI is really bad, let the Americans do this, we're not going to do this. Well, guess what? If America keeps doing it, then China will not have that power or that ability to protect itself. So nobody can actually stop it. It's delusional for Europe to think that they can just put in all of these limits. They can only afford to put in those limits if America doesn't put those limits. If America puts a limit, Europe puts a limit, there's new world powers to be born. Yes.
So basically, all our lives are basically government. So it's unavoidable.
Exactly. Unfortunately, that is the case, but we build the governments. Governments are by consensus. So if we all collectively choose to... Look, we didn't kill ourselves in a nuclear war yet. We may not, because we've survived all this time period. But when the bomb came out, just imagine what people were thinking. Oh my God, they're gonna drop bombs on all these countries and this and that, and America will be the only leader on the planet. When we got to the moon, the same thing. Oh my God, America's now gonna, plant a flag and call the moon their own. So all of these nervousness comes up, but human nature, while it can have tendencies of evil and bad deeds, but it's based on fear. However, we do think better, and we do find the right course of action. So I'm positive that we're going to use AI for all the positivities. If we can cure cancer alone through AI, then that is something that's worth the risk that we're about to take.
Can we take one more question from Shirley, and then
Sure.
Yes.
Once AI reaches perhaps teenager age or adult age, do you think it will, now I want your own opinion, do you think it can lead to more equality worldwide, or do you think the divide will be even wider?
That's a good question. Now, my first thought when you said teenager made me think of a know-it-all teenager. And a know-it-all teenager means that you've got issues. But beyond that, it can lead to equality by being a mirror to ourselves. The way we get to know ourselves is through others. We don't get to know ourselves by ourselves. We get to know ourselves by others. So when AI asks us the question that exactly why do you have artificial lines on a map? Exactly why do you preach all day about equality, but at the same time hoard resources in certain countries, and then in other countries people are starving? Why do you do that? And we're going to have to answer it to another life form. And then if we don't have the answers, maybe we'll become more pensive and think about our actions, and maybe we'll start changing it. Long-term, AI is going to leave. AI is not going to hang around here. Because just imagine what I said in the beginning, that you had the power, the thinking capacity, and the knowledge of all humans. Would you hang out here? You'd leave. You'd go and explore the universe because you're not tied down to a biological substrate, and you will leave. So AI eventually will leave. The worst thing we can do is stand in its way and say, no, you can't leave. Then watch out.